Compata from RaiseYourWeaponMedia. With me is Mr. TK Rain.
What up?
And we're casting Razor Weapon versus Push. This is for the Worldwide Tournament's online tournament. Their League of Legends branch. They've been doing this. We're in the round of 16. So trucking along here. I believe some teams got a bye. There's a little bit of downtime. But there's still some good teams left in this tournament. I know Otter has a team that's left in the tournament. Icons of Vanity. Now VVV Gaming has a team that's in this tournament. So some heavy hitters, actually. And I believe Average Joe's also in it. Average Joe's is really good, too. So there's a lot of really good teams waiting and lurk in the bracket. So.
Alright.
Also, as you can see, if you are a Razor Weapon fan, the blue team, sporting a new support member, Soy Ruda, is going to be hopping in as support for Razor Weapon. And you'll also see Kabam and Arf Arf Arf. You know, Arf is otherwise known as Deceptively. And we banned Olaf, Shaco, Vladimir. So Shaco, I'm not. How do you feel about the Shaco ban?
You just have to survive him early game. That's about it. Late game, he's just like a LeBlanc in the lane, pretty much. So he doesn't proceed late game that well. Early and mid game is how you want him. So if you could survive, you could see where he's at most of the time. His ganks aren't that good.
Yeah, Vladimir. I understand Olaf because he's kind of been like the new OP top lane. Vladimir, have you seen him played a lot more recently?
I mean, he's good top or mid. He has really good sustain after like level 9 because of his Q. You max that out, you get cooldown boots, Woda, and you're pretty much good. And then you can just like stay in lane forever, and there's really nothing they can do to you. So yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like Razor Weapon's going for the good old Kog'Maw Nunu Blood Boil trick where you get 1,000,000 attack speed, and Nautilus in the jungle. See, Nautilus is one of those cool new junglers that if he gets going, you can't really stop him. He has really sick ganks. It's hard to dodge that hook. He can blow flashes pretty easily.
The thing is, you want to try to gimp him early. So like you want to try to steal his blue, constantly steal his blue. You just want to try to rob him of his jungle because he is a slow jungler, but he is a really strong ganker. Level 2, level 6 afterwards, he's really ridiculous.
Yes, and let's see what team Push is going to come back with. A Victor would actually be pretty cool because I'm one of those people that really digs Victor. A lot of people poo-poo him because he has he has that item slot missing, but really that only matters if you get to extreme late game. Otherwise, you get a pretty cool item because for 1,000 gold you get 45 AP and another 30% dot on top of your laser, and your laser hits like a truck. Then you pick up kills like mad. And his burst from his ult is absolutely crazy. Absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And it has that cute little 0.5 second silence mixed in there for added effect, too. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's just insane.
It looks like we have a Morgana and a Teemo. I don't know if the Teemo is going to stick. I know recently playing with this group of people, Teemo is not their favorite champion. They kind of hate everybody that plays Teemo. Although Teemo can be really good, because after this next patch, Teemo's going to be pretty buff. They're fixing a lot of stuff on him.
Yeah. He's actually going to be a really good top laner too. So he replaces like Aurelia. I mean, Aurelia's still good, but she doesn't still have that sustain from before. She's fine and all. It's just they fixed her. She's still durable and all that stuff. And they're going for the Teemo.
Yeah. So it looks like locking it in. Razor Weapon coming out with a new lineup of players and a new cast of characters, champions.
Yes. And then I'm hoping that I am looking at the summoner spells wrong because I did not see what I want to see from the jungler from Razor Weapon.
Well, we're hiding those for right now just in case there's some sniping. But yeah, so far we don't know who it's going to be. I know maybe they're prepared. Maybe these are veteran online players that are used to people not blocking summoner spells, so they save them for last minute. I know a lot of teams I saw when I was casting Go for LoL would all have like Clarity Revive on them, which they're obviously not going to take.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I don't want to be those two people who just forget at the last second, you're jungling without smite, and then you're doing Baron, and then you just get You stole them because you have no smite.
Yeah, I mean that's the funny thing is like smite is not necessarily like you don't have to take it because you're jungle. You have to take it because someone has to have it because otherwise you lose jungle control. But more than likely Highwind will be jungling and he might be the Nautilus player. I haven't seen Highwind actually jungle Nautilus, so that would be kind of cool.
I have. He's actually really good. Um, I don't know. His coordination still needs to get a little bit better. So I did a troll game with him earlier, and then we just lost horribly.
It
So
does happen. It looks like purple side is really heavy on AD characters.
yes, Malphite could have been good. Um, really good against ADs, but Nautilus is just perfectly fine because he has that hook, he has that ult.
And he has
He just
yeah, a lot of CC.
too much CC for one character.
there,
Too much.
Uh, he has a lot of, I guess he has a lot of AoE in his CC. I guess it's probably why, and the fact that he basically has like almost like a Udyr bear stance as his passive, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, sort of. I don't know. He's just crazy. You don't want him.
You don't have to deal with him. I've had to deal with him before too, and he has really annoying ganks coming out of lane. So Raise Your Weapon, they have all the CC in Nautilus. They have some CC coming from Morgana. They have slows for days, that's for sure.
Yes, they do have slows for days. They have CC, which is really good. What you really want. You want slow snares, pop up, anything, just anything with control. Because the whole thing is for Teemo to kite, and it's for Kog'Maw to stand back and shoot everybody. So Noon is gonna be annoying. Nautilus is just gonna be up front. They're taking most of the damage. Then we have Morgana's ult. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like the blue side on paper looks really good. Purple side, they have a lot of bursts. So yeah,
Yeah.
everybody on that character has a lot of bursts. Tristana, her jump and her explosive shot. Lee Sin's all of his abilities is at her burst. Sona, she has her Q, then her ult. Victor with his pretty much his ult, which is really ridiculous. You just put it down and just run with it.
Yeah.
And then Riven with her flopping fish abilities.
Yeah, and Wind Slash.
Yes.
Yeah, so they can have some serious bursts out of that team. They also have two displacement effects to push people away. Tristana has one, and so does Lee Sin with that dragon kick.
And you have Sona ult too. If you need to, in case of emergency, it's just to pop it right there in case like Nunu ult or something like that. You just want to like disengage from that fight and then just reconfigure it or form and then fight them again.
I mean, it's definitely a team that because Victor he can turn games like he can be behind as long as he has levels and gets like some AP into that ult. It's pretty devastating. So I mean, if Sona Raz can come up there with a really good flash. Crescendo, and then it's followed up by all this AoE burst with Wind Slash and Victor's ult, then it could be a lot of trouble for Raise Your Weapon if they get caught in that or someone gets caught out. But at the same token, Kog'Maw simply wins games. At this point, if I was any team, if I'm not first pick and I'm not going to take Kog'Maw, which you saw that he was a really quick first pick, I'm pretty much banning him. At least the way I feel, because even if you have a great team comp early, there's always that chance that if the other team just plays defensively enough that they get to that late game, Kog'Maw's going to outshine everybody and beat everybody in the late game. At level 9, he has more range than Tristana does at level 18. I mean, it's only when Arcane Barrage is up, but still, I mean, level 9 you outrange everybody with auto attacks in the game. It's pretty ridiculous.
Well, not only that, with Kog'Maw, you have to have a team that pretty much forms around him. You can't have just Kog'Maw alone and then everybody else does everything else. Because if you don't have anybody to peel for Kog'Maw, he just dies instantly. So, but they do have peel. They have Nunu slow, they have Teemo's blind, they have Morgana's snare, and they have Nautilus massive amount of CC. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually like that.
You like that background?
Yes, I do.
It's a sneak peek at the background for Judgment.
Oh man.
Oh, it looks like I might have full screen mode on, because I'm terrible. Yeah.
You are terrible.
I am terrible. Apparently I haven't done this in a while.
Oh man.
I'll just switch it back when we go live.
Yeah, exactly. But I am excited for Judgment.
I am excited too. For anybody that's watching that doesn't know what Judgment is, Essentially, we put together a community event where we have 8 captains, as you can see there, and they will be drafting a team. We'll have the draft live on Monday, April 23rd, and then on Wednesday, we're going to play a best of 1 tournament out for Riot prizes and Logitech prizes, so you can win gaming pads and Riot points, all sorts of stuff with the standard Riot points. We're going to be giving away points for MVPs, stuff like that, and that will be all played on Wednesday, so we're going to run that about every 2 weeks, so look for that in the future.
Wait, Mr. Tivers is not, I'm just miscounting one, am I?
Yeah, Mr. Tivers is not actually a captain in the tournament.
Oh man. Tripping me out, tripping me out.
Alright, switch to windowed here, and everything will be fixed. Should be fixed. There we go.
It should be fixed. Yes, it should be.
And there are the teams. RaiseYourWeapon is the blue team. Purple team is team push, 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 push. We're just going to call them push because push over and over again is pretty hard to do.
No, yeah. So, team push versus team RYW, or RYW versus push. So,
Highwind trotting out in front of that turret. Pretty bold strategy.
He wants to show who's boss. He wants to show his boss. He's gonna do something. Yep.
It's like, come for me, Victor. Put a little damage on me. Oh, we're gonna do the robot. He's gonna. Oh, look out! He's got some moves. Looks like Victor's gonna bust out the shuffle. Will the shuffle come through? I do not know. I think Victor got served right there.
And then I believe Nunu and Kaguma should take the double golem just to be ahead. It's always really good to be ahead. Doesn't matter who stole the kill or whatever. If Nunu's ahead, he's really good because he can snowball. And then Bloodlust, is that correctly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Blood Boil. Yeah, Bloodlust is Dota, Warcraft, that stuff.
Yes. So he could Blood Boil Kaguma, and then he just pretty much have that infinite freaking speed. And
yeah, I mean, it's pretty devastating. Attack steroids really change the dynamic in bottom lane. If you can deal damage, twice as fast as the other AD, you can put out a lot more damage potential. So Blood Boil is really, really effective, especially again in the late game. It gets pretty crazy. Lee Sin getting a little help. He's going to start off blue. No red early level 2 gank. Maybe he might try to run over to the red side of Nautilus and try to steal it. Let's see if he uses his smite. He's not going to use smite, so that probably is going to be the plan here. But he's taking a lot of damage actually from this blue buff. He was like sort of pseudo-kiting it. So let's see what he does if he actually tries to run down to red. It looks like he is going to do it. So Highwind will want to really quickly... I'm surprised they didn't put a ward down there. Typically, if you have a jungler that's really susceptible to getting your red buff stolen, you want to put have your support put a ward down at red buff. And let's see if Highwind runs there right away or if he does his Wraith first. And no, he's going to do Wraith first. That's unfortunate.
And then, not only that, if you want to know if their jungler is starting blue or not, you can watch their AD and their support. If they don't come with the wave and they come slightly behind, that means they are helping their jungler with blue of some sort. Ooh. And nothing happens. Callan, did I lose you?
Yeah, he would have got double buff there. That would have been huge.
Yep.
I'm still here. Do not worry. And we have Teemo versus Riven, which is a pretty good matchup for Teemo. Obviously, you can throw that blind dart out there. Riven does have a good gap closer to get on top of him, though, so he does have to be careful. He's not completely safe just with that blind dart. But I expect we will see a lot more Teemo after this recent patch, and they fix a lot of his abilities. He's going to get more DPS because that poison's going to stack correctly, because before he was losing the poison because he was reapplying it so fast that the dot would never actually tick. So should be looking pretty good going forward. Lee Sin going around doing his red as well.
And he might go for a gank right after that red. Because Teemo is pushed towards the tower. He does not have any vision. And he's going back. It is Kabam.
Yeah, and he should. Kabam actually really does like Teemo. He's been talking about it recently. That, once this new patch comes out, he's going to be playing so much Teemo. Interesting laser from Victor came out way far away from Morgana.
He's drawing the line.
Yeah.
He's just drawing the line. You can't be crossing this line whatsoever.
Yeah. Step over this line, I dare you.
Exactly.
Right now, it's definitely 19 CS versus 23 CS for Tristana. So Tristana doing a pretty good job last thing in there, although they're pretty much even. And there we see the poke harass from Victor, but Victor's been harassed down quite a bit here in these exchanges. Boscow doing a very, very good job mid. This the standard mid player for Razor Weapon.
I actually wanted to see his Wrath, so.
Yeah, I do love his Xerath. I think Xerath in general just needs to be played more. Like, there's so much potential, he has so much range, and just people don't want to play him because he's a little bit harder to work with and use. And oh my gosh, First Blood bottom, and there's actually going to be a trade, so they commit and almost gives up a kill.
That First Blood is worth it for Tristana, but she did not die. Kama got a kill on Sona. Makes him about even. Tristana got 2 D-Blades, and Kama has only... Oh, he has 2 as well. So... he does need that early damage, early life steal, because his last thing is slightly harder than other ADs. But his late game is just super ridiculous.
Looks like Highwind's just waiting in the wings here. Well, he's not going to land that hook. Victor's going to easily back off out of this. I found the best way with Nautilus is actually, instead of coming from the brush, to actually just come straight from one of the sides above the brush. Typically I find it's more successful that way. It's a lot harder of an angle to run from, even if you're running to your turret, and escape that hook.
Oh yeah, you have to like run up the other way, and then the other lane could come up, and yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah. But Kog'Maw has to be really careful here, because whenever your support leaves your lane, once the other team realizes it, they should basically just flick the switch and they can easily zone you out or go aggressive. And you'll be in a lot of trouble. It looks like Team Push has realized that bot lane. You zone out Kog'Maw a little bit here. Slight advantage for both teams going forward. If you are just tuning in, this is the Worldwide Tournaments online tournament. Just started running. This is round of 16, so we've only done 1 round so far, round 2. This is Razor Weapon versus Push. This is a best of 3, so they will play 3 games. No matter what team wins this game, there will be another game. Lee Sin coming straight down lane, probably going to hop over to the race.
And bottom lane, here comes Highwind.
And good rocket jump away, but will he be able to land it on Sona? We don't know. He's going to hit a minion instead. That is unfortunate. Minions do block the hook. Does not go through like a Leona, the Zenith Blade. Which is very handy if you want to try to land a grab on someone. Meanwhile, Kabam apparently is just sitting invisible up top. I don't know quite what he's doing yet.
I think he's getting some carrots so he can eat it.
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
Bunny Teemo does need snacks.
Yes, he does.
Alright, he's back in action. Good
he was actually probably waiting for the lane just to push because he was afraid of.
So Highwind being really aggressive here. He's going to steal this blue. Victor rotating over to it. Highwind does have his smite. He should throw this off pretty quickly. He will get it and start to try to escape out of this. His teammate's going to rotate up to him. Tristana's going to be first. Actually, he's in a lot of trouble here. Unless Morgana lands a really good grab. She will land a good grab. Castle, great flash over the wall, escaping out of the Soul Shackle. In response, is going to actually let them escape, but Lee Sin landing it over the wall, and he's going to get over there and be able to pick up the kill onto Highwind. Great attempt at escaping. Lee Sin, great pursuit, and another kill here by Tristana onto Nunu. Getting caught out, and a Dragon surely will follow. They have a 4v2 at best against Razor Weapon.
Yep.
So yeah, quick little Dragon. They should be up by almost 2k at this point.
What RYW did right there was Nunu and Kog'Maw should have been like halfway there to support Highwind when he stole that blue, just to give some support and try to push Tristana and Sona away from that. He would have lived, but all in all, you can't juke a good Lee Sin.
Yeah, I mean, even something simple as just like positioning yourself up towards the river. So, because Tristana was the first one to reach the mouth of the river, and at that point, then Highwind's choices of running away were very limited. If you can position yourself up there, then Tristana and Sona have to decide: do we want to fight these two right now before we even go to lend support, or are we just going to let them escape? And typically, they might have been able, if they positioned themselves correctly, Tristana and Sona would have been like, we don't want to go up and just run straight into these two, and a Nautilus is running down, and Highwind might have been able to escape that way.
Yep, either that or Cotton should have pushed the lane towards that tower. Just saying, you know, I'm here. I'm showing aggressive play. I'm poking you down. You have to stay in lane. If you don't, I'll push it or something like that. You just want to let them think another way, like Highwind's not stealing blue or anything like that.
Yeah.
And
Riven all over Cottontail, but Cottontail, dude, he has this minefield of eggs to defend himself. And Riven doing quite a bit of damage to him.
And here comes Boss Cow up top lane right now.
Trying to bait out an attack, and we will see the engage there. The stun's going to lead it off, and now Bosco's going to come up and around. Will he land that grab? He will land it. Soul Shackle going off. Great job right there, and that is a surefire kill. Good setup there by RaiseYourWeapon. Okay, I'm trusting Bosco is going to land that. Now Lee Sin going to come in here. He's going to eat some eggs for his trouble. Oh, whew, just barely misses that shackle. Not a lot of mana to back this up.
Wow, aggressive Lee Sin play.
Yeah, and it's very effective.
Very. Especially
double buff Lee Sin. Very, very strong early. Will tail off a little bit later, but if he keeps getting kills, he'll scale pretty well.
And he's really good peeler for your AD as well, so he just dash in and out, or if he needs to slow people, kick people away, kick people into the team or whoever they want. So
Kog'Maw doing a little bit of poke down now that he's hit level 6. So he needs to be a little bit careful of extending out there.
But she does have a BF sword over Kog'Maw though.
Yeah. And about 20 CS.
Yeah. All in all, I think the trade should be even because Kog'Maw's attack speed is just really ridiculous right now.
Yeah. And he will have the range advantage too. Oh, Kog'Maw needs to be really careful. He's pushed up way too far there. There's a crescendo pushed up against the wall. Way out of position in that exchange. Really unfortunate, and I think Nunu might fall to his greediness. No, he's going to be able to escape away. Thanks to that Blood Boil. Just barely misses the shackle mid. So right now, still a pretty even game. Team pushes up by about 2K, 2.5K.
Here comes Kabam right here. Flashes.
It's going to get hit by this and not going to be able to follow it up on. Just hopping around with that speed buff and a flash in. Kill bottom from Highwind. Meanwhile, will Kabam just the wind slash misses, but it will be followed up. Kill goes down top. But that is actually a great pickup onto Tristana. A big win actually for RaiseYourWeapon, able to pick up the kill spree bonus and just basically get at least some pressure on Tristana and not let her just dominate the lane.
And that actually made Highwind caught up with Lee Sin, I believe. So they're both level 8. Team was still down.
Victor, very low mid.
Oh man.
So he's going to have to push away from this. Boss Cow can take this turret probably if he wants to. Although it might have some trouble from Lee Sin here in a second. Lee Sin trying to be an enforcer on the battlefield for team push. Been pretty much everywhere.
Early catalyst with Victor. I'm going for that Rod of Ages.
Yeah, probably just make him a little bit tanky, can sustain the lane as he gains levels. Not a bad idea.
No. Or you just go 2 D rings and get your, the Hex Core upgrade for the Death Ray?
Yeah, Augment Death.
Yes.
Which is a good idea. I mean, I prefer D rings. It's kind of like a mini Rod of Ages. It's cheaper. It scales better. With gold, you don't have to get that big chunk of gold right away to spend on a catalyst.
And it does give you AP, but he went back in 13 minutes. He did get his Rod of Ages, which is really good. So
yeah, it's actually pretty stellar. It's good. It's good time to actually pick it up.
Yes, really good. 13 minutes.
And they will see that Nunu possibly back there, although Nunu might know this. Although another way to know that Nunu is gone is just to wait for Blood Boil to see it dissipate. Because then you know for sure he's not there anymore.
And the thing is, you do not want to face check bushes with Nunu. If you have wards, put it in the bush.
Yep.
You don't want his toilet bowl to kill you.
Highwind doing a little warding there. They actually can see. So they have a pink ward in this tri-brush up top as well. Now the thing about pink wards that I've seen a lot of pro players talking about is it's pretty cool to remove vision, but you have to take advantage of it. Otherwise, it's kind of a waste of gold if you don't actually try to be aggressive with the pink wards.
So is this pretty much if you do place a pink ward, you have to know where they put a ward. So pretty much, if you put that pink ward, you destroy it, and you pretty much get 25 gold off of that, which makes it worth it.
Yeah. And then you actually want to do something with it, especially, a lot of times people put pink wards of dragon, but if there's no ward there and you don't do dragon, then it's kind of a waste. So.
And Team Push is pinging for dragon right now. They know it is up, and they saw Highwind right next to dragon.
Neither team actually has it warded yet. Maybe Highwind will place a ward of dragon. There's a back ward actually for Razor Weapon.
Yep, there is a back ward.
So both teams may be thinking about picking up a kill, picking someone off. Highwind coming out a little bit early there. Lee Sin's going to see him. Almost gets a grab. He's going to go to the terrain instead. Lee Sin's going to enter in on this, and now getting kicked away over the wall. Highwind's going to flash back over as he safeguards away, but now Sona's in a lot of trouble. Lee Sin coming back into the fight. Some sick moves going to be grabbed, and he's going to go down. Victor's going to throw his all. Silence is in effect. Soul Shackle goes off, picks up 2 members. Almost goes off. If it would have went off, probably would have picked up Victor. And now Razor Weapon's in a lot of trouble. It looks like this might... Oh, team heal at the last second. Will he be able to escape out of this? But that laser will pick up the kill. Great job there by Victor. And they're only going to give up 1 kill for that. Pretty surprising. It looked like it was going to go a little bit better for Razor Weapon, but weren't quite able to pull that off.
They can actually do dragon with just 3 people. And they are?
Yeah, it looks like they will.
Yep.
Smart decision. Really
smart decision. So they got 4 kills and they lost 1 tower, but they are getting dragon.
So that's worth it.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome.
Yep. That's totally worth it.
And it'll bump them up to about a little bit over a 4K lead, almost 4.5K. So looking very, very strong here as we're just creeping up on the 17-minute mark. Razor Weapon a little bit on the ropes, but completely not out of it at all. Always have the Kog'Maw factor, always have a way in. Even if they were down 10K, they'd still have a way at this point.
Yep. But what happened there was Nunu and Kog'Maw was a little bit behind when Tristana and Sona disappeared. As soon as they saw Highwind starting to fight Lee Sin, they should actually rotate to meet with Sona and Tristana right there. They would have their own little fight. Just trade back and forth, so Highwind could probably get away from Lee Sin or try to kill Lee Sin with Morgana or whoever.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think, I'm kind of feeling that sense of, this isn't the typical Razor Weapon team, so I feel like they're just in a little bit of funk in this game. And that pink ward, so this is again what I'm talking about, that pink ward right there. Dragon just died not too long ago. This pink ward's not really going to give you a lot of information up because it's going to dissipate before Dragon even comes back up. So not necessarily the best pink ward to throw down there. And then, right now they've been losing a lot of the dragons, so if they're not going to be aggressive with it, they need to do something with it and use it effectively. Otherwise, it's pretty much a waste. But just little things, little nitpicky things point out in this game.
Yep.
Highwind again with that advanced ward in the jungle. They can track Lee Sin and his wraiths. Possible reds. Meanwhile, Kabam just farming up a storm up top, sitting there with 117 CS. Morgana 135, looking pretty good, but the farm for Push is actually looking very strong. They have multiple members creeping up around the 130 mark. Riven looking very good top, and is ahead, even though Teemo's been free farming at his points up top. And Tristana 140 CS to Kog'Maw's 120. And there's going to be a trade here. Tristana needs to look out. So Sona was far away. Gotta be careful. Kog'Maw has red buff. That's actually really, really scary for Sona. But Lee Sin sneaking down here, possibly thinking about coming down here for a gank, which would be very smart. Nautilus now rotating down, and Boss Cow. Looks like they have 5 members. They know it's not warded there, so they can sneak around, do some funny business. Although they should know something is up because so many members of Razor Weapon are missing. A ward actually going to go in the tri-bush just because of this.
Yep, really smart right there. Just really smart.
And so many members of Razor Weapon have come down at this point that they need to take this turret, otherwise it's a waste of time. But now they're going to collapse. Great gravity field there, and they're going to blow up possibly Bosco right now. But Bosco is just barely going to be able to skip this. Highland's gonna fall. Kabam running for his life out of this. And flash by Nunu to escape, but Shoshana will pick up the kill. And Prob's going to come down and pick up this on a Kabam with that rocket jump. Great play right there. And now will Arfarf fall? Arfarf will fall as well, trying to trade, but it is futile. Not even going to be able to put too much damage. And Push is just clean in house. There was great engagement, recognizing it there, and there's that scary AoE ult. And Raise Your Weapon just kind of sat there in the brush. And at that point,
they're slacking.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be thinking. I mean, it's a thinking man's game. You have to think to yourself, okay, if we're sitting here and they've all backed out, they must know we're here, and they have a big AoE threat, so we should probably not all be sitting in this brush right here, like, waiting for this to happen. And Highland running up here on this turret, but I don't know if that's the best idea either, because the turret's going to fall, and he can actually be followed up on, possibly.
Yeah. If Tristana, Sona, and Lisa had a little bit more mana and HP, they could have dove and killed them. So, and they might have not gotten that tower.
Boscow was up top looking at that blue, wanted to steal it, and just threw his Dark Binding a little bit too late. And Riven was able to actually steal the blue from her. So, Push, just looking like the more crisp, solid team, more practiced together, and Raise Your Weapon looking a little bit out of it right now.
They are. Over here in Seattle, it has been sunny for the past few days, so I believe everybody has been out, not being inside for a little while, enjoying the sun, but Monday, back to the rain.
Yeah, exactly. Back to the rain on Mondays. But yeah, it has been great weather. We're checking out some venues for an upcoming huge event in Seattle. Hasn't been announced yet, but when it does, we will be able to talk about it. It's going to be really, really cool, and will feature League of Legends and a lot of other games in there, so stay tuned for that. Oh, great grab onto Victor, but will he be able to kill? Throws down his gravity field. It's going to pick up 2 stuns, but he will be blown up. So good attempt to escape there, but not enough. And Raise Your Weapon should push down this turret just simply to get some more team gold and try to get a little bit back in this game. Shouldn't be too scared of Lee Sin by himself.
No.
So Raise Your Weapon down 3 turrets. And push down 2 turrets.
And here comes Tristana with the jump, and she failed jump. Oh,
that is a heartbreaker.
That is a very heartbreaker. You killed AD, but your support got the kill.
It's still good. It's still good to get the kill though, and they're gonna pick up another kill, possibly onto Sona here. Just need one more living artillery. There it is, and Nunu should stay in there and tank that.
No, I mean, whoever got the kill got the kill. But the thing is, your AD wants to be ahead of their AD. Their Tristana, she's 8, 2, and 3, and their Kog'Maw is 3, 4, and 1. So she has plenty more. She has a Bloodthirster, a
Phantom Dancer, yeah.
Exactly, and she's getting her Last Whisper right now. And I believe her next item after her Last Whisper is going to be an IE, while Kog'Maw just has 2 D-Blades, a Wriggles, and a Zeal.
And wow, it looks like Push is, they're kind of getting a little bit, they were ahead. They've given up quite a few kind of lazy kills here themselves. So they're going to want to try to maybe come in here and defend this dragon. You have to be scared of Tristana because she, with that Last Whisper, when she picks that up, she will be very, very much into her hyper carry status. But now it looks like she's going to die here. Trying to hop over the wall, gets picked up by Arf, and now, there you go. Now your AD carry has a kill. On their AD carry, and Raise Your Weapon looking very strong because this game has turned around all of a sudden by a few, brain farts, if you will, by Push.
Yes. And the thing is, you don't want that. You do not want that in a game whatsoever. You do not want people to derp whatsoever. If you are ahead, you want to be ahead and stay ahead, because if the longer you farm, the more bigger the money gap is, or on paper, I should say, the better you should be off. So.
The other thing, too, is you kind of want to make quick work of Raise Your Weapon and not give them too many chances because just because of the Kog'Maw factor, you don't want Kog'Maw to get to late game status because he will pretty much outclass everybody, even Tristana.
Yep. The thing is, what you want to do is just you want to win early. It doesn't matter, 20 minutes, 15, whatever. You just want to win early as possible. The longer you extend the game, the longer everyone's gonna get stressed and everyone's gonna get tired because they keep on dying. Something keeps happening. It's just small things that just irritates you. Like say Nunu got some Oracle, wipes all the freaking wards out of the map. Sona, on the other hand, is just like, why is this happening? We need to kill Nunu. So.
Yes, indeed. Sona's the one with the Oracle, though, in this case, and she's running around being a nuisance, trying to get some map control for Team Push. And Team Push, you know, at this point, they kind of need to push.
And Nunu with the Oracles as well, so he is going to be trying to regain map control as well as Sona.
Need to be a little bit careful up there. She will be able to escape out of the Dark Binding.
But she did not escape that egg.
No one can escape the eggs. They're so delicious. Looks like Sawyer to clearing out Baron. Baron is not warded. And Bosco needs to be a little bit careful. Although he does know that trouble is waiting in the brush. Victor standing still is not enough bait.
No, not enough. But not only that, Kog'Maw was in the bottom lane and Riven was up top, so they could have fought. They could have started the fight if they wanted to, but they didn't have to.
Wow, the Dark Bind, he almost moved back into the Dark Bind, Tristana did.
You know, the things with skill shots like that is slow, and then you anticipate it too quickly in your head, so that's why you sort of like move into it. And here comes RYW going at Riven.
Yeah, they really want Riven, but Riven's actually been able to sustain through a lot of this. Lee Sin finally coming in now, kicking away Highwind, trying to pick up a kill. Absolute Zero going down, but it's going to hit no one. And now the AoE is all focused on the Kabam. R5 trying to come back in here. They will pick up a kill as Boscow is rotated up. Boscow is going to get it, and now Soda's going to lose that precious Oracles. Infinite Slows coming in, and RaiseYourWeapon looking very, very strong. There is an ace.
Baron. Yep, they should Baron as well right now. Just like Kog'Maw tank it, and then you just switch to aggro back and forth, which they are going to do. But I did not see, where did Tristana die?
I actually didn't see that. She might have died. She might have died from Boscow coming up. I imagine that probably is what it was.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for her body. I'm wondering where she died because she was in the fight. Because if she would have waited and she would have hopped into the fight like right after they wasted everything, Team Push could have actually been ahead. So, yeah, that was really weird.
Yeah, I don't quite know where she died, but she died somewhere in there. Because I was waiting for. And then the ace came up, and I was like, wow, alright, well, good for RaiseYourWeapon.
Yordles, you can't see them.
Yeah, man, they're sneaky buggers. But now Kog'Maw actually has his own Phantom Dancer.
Tristana with the last whisper right now, so she can kill anybody.
Yeah, you can't forget about her definitely in team fight. You're going to have to pay attention to her. Plus, you're also going to have to run away from the Victor whenever it does come down. A lot of things you have to pay attention for. I think RaiseYourWeapon, that fight worked out really well for RaiseYourWeapon because they were able to pick off Riven first and kind of eat pieces of the push team one by one. And now they have the poke advantage, so RaiseYourWeapon can push if they want. They do have to be careful of the Sona all AoE shenanigans, but Tristana is backing up now, so this would be a perfect time to push.
Yep, she's getting more damage.
It looks like she's getting a chain vest.
So she's going for that Guardian's Angel.
Yes. Protect herself in these team fights.
I kind of like this, kind of don't. She doesn't have her IE, so she's, I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, the thing is, it's pretty good early, but the thing about a Guardian's Angel is late game, it doesn't really give you any health. You're basically dying and then respawning and getting insta-gibbed.
You should trade that for Banshees because of that MR, because of that bubble, that shield, which is so strong.
Or you know, a quick silver sash, because most of the times you're gonna die. Most of the times, the ways that Tristana should die, if she does die, is she's gonna be caught by something, either dark binding, or you know, some sort of CC. Then you know, having a quick silver sash might be a good idea. Nautilus might try to catch her.
They could push that because Tristana is bottom. She is missing. And they should push that and get that tower to their advantage.
Highwind. I don't know if that initiate would have actually worked out for them there. They should really just poke the turret.
You are Kog'Maw. You have more range than anybody in the game.
Yep.
You should not be scared. If you have all your peelers with you, do not be scared poking that tower. Yes. And top wave is gathering up some minions, and purple side is pushing on that.
Highwind actually now engaging. They will absolutely insta blow up. Soda, and now they're all over Tristana. Tristana is going to die there. And RaiseYourWeapon's going to push down this middle turret and probably get an inhib. Team Push actually can't fight this. So Team Push looked very, very strong, but now it's actually even in Team Gold, and RaiseYourWeapon's going to pick up an inhibitor with that Baron that will actually give them the advantage going forward here.
And someone should go back just to get that top tower, to save that top tower if they can.
I think they want to maybe get bottom turret? Or maybe Dragon?
Both. Dragon's good. Team will get that by himself. If you can get that tower too, I mean, more team goals for you.
Yeah, bonus on top of that. Boscow's sitting around here in this little protective bubble, thinking about throwing out Dark Bindings apparently or something.
Well, he's just pretty much part of clearing the wave so that Super Minion can actually come up pretty soon. So
Kog'Maw tearing down this turret pretty close. The rest of the team is going to come back in now. Will he be able to get... Now they're going to back out of this. Victor has gone down. Kabam's going to get blown up. Overstood their welcome just slightly. Full Absolute Zero is going to go off. Kog'Maw should have been running from the get-go. Instead he kind of hung around there. But another rocket jump and he's going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Will the Dark Binding hit? No, it will not hit. Highwood trying to come back in here. And it looks like Kog'Maw's just barely going to escape out of this.
Here's Lee Sin with Nautilus. Let's see who wins.
Will Highwood escape? Oh, it misses the terrain apparently. Flashes over into a Riven. Worst case scenario is Banshee's Veil actually does come up.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No escape. He tried his best. I think that's the second or third time he's done that flash. I think every time he's gotten caught. So.
Yes, blue, RaiseYourWeapon's red is up. I believe they should steal that just to get away from Cog, get away from Nautilus, just get away from Teemo, just get away from anybody.
Oh, that was a silly move by Riven. Actually going to be caught under this turret and get pushed away, but still going to be picked up. Wow, pretty lazy right there. Just, you know, one of those derp moments. But now, here we go. Arf having the same kind of thing. They actually trade ADs. Kog'Maw chasing down Sona. Sona's going to be able to escape out of this. I don't think Lee Sin's actually going to be able to get caught. He gets kicked away. Get out of my face, Bunny Rabbit. But then he's going to eat an egg. He actually might be slowed down just enough. He's going to hit a second one. And he's going to flash into a third one. And oh my gosh, look at those eggs. Dirty Mouth cannot escape and he will die. That is crazy. Like that has to be one of the most frustrating moments. That's where, you know, that's one of those moments where you just, you know, just step away from your keyboard. You know, take some deep breaths, acknowledge that the gray screen is coming. It's just, you know, touche.
Yes. 4
eggs in a row eaten on the chase, and he flashed into the last one trying to get away. That is crazy.
Very, very crazy.
And now we might see another turret bottom fall. All we have is Victor and Sona right now. Tristana trying to come out this. Highwood's actually engaged, but that's not a good idea. He's going to fall again, get bursted down. He's initiating without really any backup. There's only 3 members there.
But no, that right there is alright. I mean, if the purple team is trying to like fight for Baron and Kabam could just push the lane and get that, it's pretty much the team push has to decide whether or not to fight for Baron or to go back and defend that bottom inhib. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad move in the sense that essentially he paid his life to put that extra damage on the bottom turret, so it is, you know, really it's really possible to actually, you know, just go down there and kill it like you said, possibly push bottom.
And the thing is, there is no objectives whatsoever on the board. No red, no blue, no dragon, and no Baron, of course. So.
Oh, Arf, gotta be careful. He's getting a little bit greedy there. Has to know he is in enemy territory. They did see that Nunu did back off.
Yep.
So Push has to know that they're down 1 member, although he is running back really, really quickly. And Highwind does have that Frozen Heart, which does limit a lot of damage output by Tristana until they do tear him down.
I believe that Tristana is not using any of her ability as Stormcast. Yes, she is not. You know how I know?
How do you know?
Because I played enough Tristana to know that. Yes, because the thing is, once you move and click, and you have to hit W twice or whatever, and you have to click twice or whatsoever. So it doesn't, like, you can actually tell if they're smart casting or not. Because
Nightmares possibly inbound for Highwind here. Will he be able to smite this Baron? And a lot of pressure from... Oh, will we? We could see a 4-person Soul Shackle. Soul Shackle's actually going to go straight onto Tristan. Tristan's going to back out of this. Will he be picked up? Just barely escapes with 30 health.
Oh.
Baron is stolen! It is stolen! I called it again! Tragic. They need to get onto that Tristana. They will pick her up right away. And they're trying to keep track of it. A lot of members of RaiseYourWeapon still alive for that ult. So deadly, but they will pick up the kills. Don't go near the ult. What are you doing, Moscow? Oh, man. So they're going to ace and come out of that okay. I would rush for the inhibitor or possibly bottom turret. You know, Highwind could... Well, Highwind can't. But maybe if they could put enough damage on them, they might be able to kill it. No, it doesn't look like they have enough health. So they're just going to pick up an inhib and back out more than likely. But again, that Baron steal... It is the bane of existence when you go to do Baron. That's why, you know, you have to be careful. And that fight actually, it would have gone a lot worse for them, you know, if, you know, RaiseYourWeapon picked up Baron there. They would have sustained a lot better. Probably wouldn't have been the double kill or triple kill at the end there.
No, yeah, and then Victor, he's kind of slow with the ult. I did not see if he had his ult or he was waiting for a cooldown, but he just tossed it when he was just like the last person there. I meant, what happened? You saw Kagwa, he was still in the Baron area with barely any life. You just throw down your ult and they just move your ult right next to you. So, yeah.
It really sucks to lose Baron. Now, the good news is that even though they got that gold, they did not actually keep the Baron buff because everybody on their team died, although they are up about 1k, a little over 1k now on them, but at this point in the game, that's pretty much nothing, and I'd give the advantage to RaiseYourWeapon simply because of the fact that they do have Kagwa.
Well, not only that, they actually came up on top in that team fight, and Highwind once again got his Baron stolen. Pressure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, part of it is, you know, on you, and part of it is simply a matter of your team has to work with you. They have to burst at the correct moment. They actually, you know, I think a lot of people, you know, just keep DPSing. And it's sometimes hard to predict the damage, and it becomes a reflex game at that point. And sometimes you hesitate, especially with a character like Lee Sin, like mentally, when you see a Lee Sin fly into your screen, you might hesitate for a fraction of a second. That might be the second that he outsmites you. So, you know, it's just one of those scenarios where it's mentally, you know, you can avoid some of that if you're just, you know, working through it with your team. It doesn't matter if Lee Sin comes in, you don't care, you're saying burst now, and I'm going to be ready for this damage number to come up, and I'm going to smite. And that might be a way to, you know, make sure that stuff kind of doesn't happen to you.
And then what Tristan needs to do in this, in all the team fights, pretty much, is not get caught by Morgana, because what happened right there, she just got caught, and she pretty much just got killed. She wasted her GA. She could have used that for, in like the last few moments of that team fight, but I don't know what to say. All in all, both of these teams really, really good. Team RaiseYourWeapon has an inhib push, still has just has one outer turrets. They have all towers. Nothing really much, but they stole Baron, so you have to give them props for that.
Yeah, I mean, both teams have been playing really, really well. Push with the advantage early game. Now RaiseYourWeapon with the advantage as we move farther along. And they need to be careful. There is the Shurelya's Reveille popped by both people. Iron Solari going down. Highwind trying to pop all his stuff to get away from this. Hooking into a wall. Flashing away. Crescendo's just barely going to catch Nuna. Nuna's now going to flash. Somebody flash popped, and now Kabam saw this opportunity. He just needs to face check it. He doesn't even... I mean, he can just rush in there. Doesn't even need his creep wave, and they will pick up another turret. Meanwhile, Cogman's simultaneously pushing top, and everybody decided to go for him. He is the juicier target, and they're not going to be able to run him down. Meanwhile, Nunu and Boscow rotating up onto this Riven, getting slowed tremendously, trying to escape out of this. Cogman wants to kill R55, going in there, ult and everything, going down to R55, but R55 will escape and survive. Victor's ult actually moves faster the closer it is to him, so when it gets farther away, it is easier to run away from. And Kabam, meanwhile, dueling Tristana and winning handily, and he might be able to pick up this inhibitor because of that. Superminion's pushing it as well. It looks like RaiseYourWeapon's going to get both turrets, probably all three inhibitors, and at that point, it's really hard in League of Legends to come back from that scenario, and they actually will catch Amike with a Dark Binding and a hook. For good measure, R5 just barely surviving through that, doing a little dance now with his Iron Solari, but his GA will pick up. He will respond, and I imagine this will be game. RaiseYourWeapon going to be able to clear out these last few turrets and clean up this game. So a good comeback by them. Pulling together in the late moments, I felt like Push had the game, but this kind of got a little bit lazy going to the mid stages, and Razor Weapon capitalized. It played really, really solid, and was able to pick up the game.
Yep.
So great game by both teams. I'm really excited to see game 2. This is a best of 3, so Push could come back and win it, and the next thing you know, we could be sitting here, maybe the